Yeah. What is good? We're back, and I'm done with work for the day and for the weekend, so we're streaming all freaking weekend, boys. Oh my gosh, it's going to be so fun. We are so locked in today, chat. Now, first video we're going to react to, most expensive mansions of NBA stars. Now, let's take guesses. Okay, my guess is LeBron has I've never watched this video, but I'm pretty sure LeBron has expensive tastes I've seen on Instagram and stuff and TikTok. He's also like dang near a billionaire now. So he's got to be up there by a lot. But Curry's on this list, I think. These people. But yeah, it's going to be a sick video. Let's get right into it.
In extremely nice homes. It's also no big mystery why. These dudes make insane levels of dough. The most famous NBA stars that almost everyone could name off the top of their head are usually not only the highest paid players, but also the players with the most endorsement deals and signature products. It all pulls together.
Bro, these guys, NBA players in general, especially like LeBron and Curry and those guys, even lower end players, their endorsements could be over half. Half their sponsorships, half like, dude, their contract, it's really good, right? But man, these guys, a lot of their money is from not just the contract. It's like the endorsements and stuff. They make bank. I'm pretty sure LeBron's a billionaire.
To make them extremely valuable and extremely wealthy, and they're often not shy about it. Here are the most expensive mansions owned by NBA stars today that will completely blow your mind. Giannis Antetokounmpo. Say what you want about the Greek freak.
Giannis, overall, I'm pretty sure he's a humble guy. He goes on different streams with other guys and podcasts and stuff, and he's talked about how he is humble.
But the dude seems like he's a genuinely humble guy. Even though he started out in the NBA making $22 million a year, unlike almost every other player on the planet, he didn't buy a new place right away. In fact,
22 million, chat. $22 million in his first. That's crazy. Most people, I don't know what the average is. I'm pretty sure most people probably don't even make 2 million in their entire lifetime. This guy made 22 his first year. That's wild.
Giannis kept living in a rented 2-bedroom apartment with his girlfriend, his younger brother, and his mom.
What?
Giannis kept living in almost every other player on the planet. He didn't buy a new place right away. In fact, Giannis kept living in a rented 2-bedroom apartment with his girlfriend, his younger brother, and his mom.
Okay. All right, hold on. There's a difference between being humble and having 22 mil and still living in an apartment with your entire family. All right, you can be humble. You can get a nice house, like a decent house. It doesn't have to be crazy if you're humble. Get your freaking mom a house or something and move out. 22 mil? We're living in an apartment?
It wasn't until a few years ago that Giannis eventually decided it was time to get a mansion of his own. Milwaukee, Wisconsin might not be the first place you think to look, but truth be told, like any major city, there are some absurdly expensive neighborhoods. Maybe the most expensive is River Hills. Big surprise, that's where Giannis decided to go.
There we
He
go.
purchased a 10,000 square foot palace, complete with 5 bedrooms, 7.5 bathrooms, a movie theater, a game room, and multiple swimming pools. The mansion also has a 2-story.
This house is already crazy, but it's kind of low for, I think, the stuff we might see.
Guest house. Before Giannis bought the property,
But it's insanely nice. And that yard.
it had been owned, funny enough, by another Bucks player named Mirza Teletovic. Teletovic and Giannis were teammates until Teletovic retired in 2018 and moved out of the country. For this enormous decked out property, Giannis shoveled out $1.8 million. That's of course an insane amount of money.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. 1.8 for a multi-million millionaire, like, especially now. Oh, well, we'll see what happens, but 1.8, not that much so far.
Way beyond the wildest dreams of 99% of people. But for Giannis, it was a bargain, and as far as NBA mansions go, it's actually kind of on the low end.
See?
As far as we know, Giannis is still living here with his family.
He's still living there with his entire family? Oh my gosh. Wow, he is mad humble.
Been talk over recent years about the 2-time MVP possibly looking to take his talents to another city, but so far, it hasn't happened. In fact, just this past December, Giannis re-signed with the Bucks for a 5-year extension. This super max extension made headlines around the sports world for being the most expensive contract ever signed in
$228 million. Oh my
NBA history.
God.
Giannis is now getting paid well over $45 million a year to play for Milwaukee.
That's wild.
Does this mean we'll see Giannis move yet again? Maybe another upgrade is in store for the MVP. There's no doubt he could afford something much bigger and more expensive even in the crazy huge mansion he already has. It's really just a question of whether the Greek Freak wants to move or not.
We gotta respect it though. What a humble guy. I mean, 1.8
Kevin
mil
Durant,
for a
prior to signing with the Brooklyn
favorite basketball player, chat. Favorite basketball player, Slim Reaper. Some people compare me to him. I'm just white, and not as tall, and not as good as basketball, and not as good looking, but some people compare me to him.
Nets in 2019, Kevin Durant lived in Oakland. In addition to being the former hometown of the Warriors, Oakland is famous for being the most dangerous city in California. Several NBA players, including Damian Lillard, grew up there and have spoken publicly about some of the rough neighborhoods and violence on the streets. But that's not the Oakland KD was living in. Durant was among the few who could afford to look down on the sprawling masses from the safety of the surrounding hillside. Oakland Hills, just like Beverly Hills, is an unimaginably expensive area.
Dude, that is crazy. Just the views. That'd be so sick.
Full of mansions most people will never see in their lives. The only way you're gonna buy a house up there is if you're a multimillionaire and then some. Luckily for KD, he definitely was. The Warriors were paying him a staggering $41 million a year, and his net
Dang, 41 mil. Pretty sure Giannis makes more.
That's estimated at $170 million.
million.
The top real estate agents in the Bay Area are probably more than happy to give Durant the full tour and show him all the craziest available property.
For real, they're like, "Hey, KD, you wanna buy a house?" He's like, "Well, I might buy a few." And they're like, "Oh, me," and they're like all running for him
in the area.
one by one.
KD settled on a mansion in Oakland Hills that fills up more than 9,000 square feet of the luxurious Ridgemont neighborhood. The home has 7 bedrooms that fills up.
Thoughts on this house, chat? It's kind of ugly. The basketball court area, by the way, is sick. Also, what happens if your ball goes? But he'd be shooting hoops and maybe he has some extra balls on hand. Anyways, this house, millions. I don't know how much he'll get into it. Probably. Kind of doesn't look that.
More than 9,000 square feet of the luxurious Ridgemont neighborhood. The home has 7 bedrooms and 8 bathrooms.
Like, look at that. That looks like a motel. Does it not?
The views are insane.
Okay, that's crazy.
The house has a huge balcony looking out on the bay too. Oh, and of course, there's a basketball court.
Wait, whoa.
Huge balcony looking out on the bay too.
Look at this.
Oh, and of course.
I feel like that's not even that much room. Like 3-pointers at that line. What? It just goes over every time.
There's a basketball court. To call this ridiculous palace in one of the world's most expensive real estate markets his own, Durant had to dish out $6 million. This ridiculous.
That looks nicer, but the one bedroom looked like a motel. What are motel? Just a motel. Looked like a motel.
This palace in one of the world's most expensive real estate markets his own, Durant had to dish out $6 million. That's a lot more money than the average American makes in their lifetime put together, but for Durant, it was only about 15% of his Warriors paycheck. And that's not including the fact that he has signature sneakers, numerous brand deals.
That's what I forgot. Sneakers. Not sneakers, just shoes. Shoes in general. They make millions off just their shoes. And they all, like, if you're famous, they're like, oh, let's just buy this player's shoes. I have plenty of KDs too, but they're actually really nice shoes. But yeah, it's insane.
And not least of all, he's a serious investor in Silicon Valley. The truth is, Durant probably could have purchased a home several times bigger and more expensive than this one.
All these NBA players could spend probably more.
As mind-boggling as that is to think about. Of course, he doesn't live there anymore, and who knows what his place in Brooklyn looks like. James Harden.
Don't know what his place in Brooklyn looks like.
The San Francisco Bay is probably the most expensive place to buy a house in the entire country, but Houston, Texas is a different story. For KD's teammate James Harden, a whole world of opportunity opened up after the Houston Rockets gave him the most expensive player contract in history at the time, damn near $43 million a year. Back when the contract was...
That's crazy, but like, now I'm pretty sure Braun makes like 60. I don't know how much Braun makes. Let's look. How much does LeBron James make per year? What? How much does LeBron James make per year? No, that's not his contract. It says $137 million. That's probably not his contract. I don't know.
Rockets owner Leslie Alexander says something hella funny. Since he arrived in Houston, James has exhibited the incredible work ethic, desire to win, and passion to be the best that has made him one of the most unique and talented superstars in the history of the game. Additionally,
Step
the
back.
commitment he has shown to
Harden.
our organization, the city of Houston, and Rockets fans all over
Hey,
the
y'all.
world makes him a perfect leader in our pursuit of another championship. Ouch. That was in the summer of 2017. To be fair, in the 2017-2018 season, the Rockets were the best team in the NBA, and they came seriously close to beating the Warriors in the Western Conference Finals, but they didn't. That commitment to the city of Houston and Rockets fans all over the world suddenly and mysteriously vanished. And of course,
Left hand.
Harden went on to refuse
my.
a staggering $50 million a year offer before leaving for Brooklyn. But before all that went down, Harden took advantage of his status as the league's highest paid player and bought a completely over-the-top mansion in Houston.
That's pretty sick.
Remember how I said KD's mansion was over 9,000 square feet? Well, this one is over 26,000 square feet.
Oh my, 26,000? Dude, he's mogging Kevin Durant right now. Holy crap. 26,000 is insane. Literally what? Almost triple?
The mansion Harden picked is so
Wild.
fancy, it has a
Oh!
name.
Now that is what
Memorial
I like
Modern.
to call a
Memorial
house,
Modern
not
is
no
located
motel.
in Rivercrest,
Motel.
which, as you could probably guess, is a stupid expensive.
Oh, he's got one of those gates, chat. Chat, I want one of those. Chat, I want one of those. Chat, please. I want one of those gates. The ones that open up like that. That's so sick.
neighborhood in West Houston. This mansion had just about everything you could think of: a massive swimming pool, a massive
Also-
kitchen. This mansion had just about everything you could think of:
Hold
a
on.
massive
Swimming pool. That's so, like, it's kind of boring. I'm not gonna lie, but it's so, like, clean. It's so
swimming
clean.
pool, a massive kitchen, a private bar, a movie theater,
Holy
a shower
crap.
bigger than a lot of people's apartments.
What is with NBA players doing that? Why do you need a big shower? I feel uncomfortable in a big shower. I'm in a room, right? But it's a shower. My shower, yay big. I don't know, like most people's showers, regular, and you're standing in it and you feel like you have your privacy. That's as big as my bedroom, probably bigger. I'm just standing in the middle. Like, that'd be kind of odd, no? Just
And of
me?
course, a gated entrance with a circular driveway, just like any typical rich person in a movie would have. The mansion was designed and built by a company called Frankel. According to their
Dude, so
website,
nice.
this particular
That's sick too, chat, because it's like all the trees are like surrounding the house. That's so sick. Oh, I accidentally muted that.
maintains a minimalist style. It also took them 3 years to complete. It took Harden much less time than that to decide this was where he wanted to live. He coughed up $10 million for it, sacrificing less than a quarter of his Rockets salary.
10 mil. 10 mil. I mean, I don't know. That looks more than 10 mil, no, chat?
It's a crazy thing about wealth that a lot of these guys end up paying for things only they could afford, yet they could
Look
have
at
still
that
afforded
car.
something several times more expensive. Anyway, spoiler alert, Harden didn't stay that long. In January of 2021, he packed up and headed off to join KD and Kyrie in Brooklyn.
Thing about buying that house, how often does it get resold? Like, you move out, you're like, hey, let's sell the house, get some money back. How much does that sell for? It's also like, houses are investments for most people. You can't really invest in this. I mean, not that much. I mean, maybe a little bit every now and again. Whole house is redone. Like, brand new everything. Like, you can't, I don't know. Dude, do I keep accidentally muting? Holy crap. There we go.
Memorial Modern is still on the market, or if some other insanely rich person has moved into it. All I know is, you and I ain't going anytime soon either way.
All right,
Steph
bro.
Curry.
How do you know? How do you know that I'm rich? How do you know? How do you know that? Me and my chat, they've got me. All right.
So far, we've looked at some seriously expensive and rare mansions that only a handful of NBA stars could pay for. But this is where things really start to get blown into outer space. Steph Curry is right up there with Harden, Giannis, and KD when it comes to earning over $40 million a year from his contract.
Oh, yeah.
But Steph is also a generational player who has transformed the game in a way very, very few players have.
Facts.
This means Steph has a unique opportunity to make money other ways. Brands flock
Facts.
to work with him because he's not just a famous NBA star, he's a full-blown icon. Steph's annual income is estimated to be as high as twice his NBA contract, and that's not to mention the fact that his wife is also a very successful businesswoman, making boatloads of cash too.
Bro, her salary compared to his is probably not even a percent. I'm not gonna lie.
In the summer of 2019, after a disappointing loss to the Raptors in the NBA Finals, rumors were swirling about the Warriors dynasty being over. KD left, Klay was out with a serious injury, Curry, on the other hand, wasn't going anywhere, and he used the offseason as an opportunity
Facts.
to buy a house that's almost literally unbelievable. It's so fancy.
Let's see
Harden
it.
thought he was breaking the bank at $10 million, but tell that to Curry, he'd probably laugh out loud. This straight up castle in Atherton, California
Oh my. Solar panels, too. If you're that rich, why do you need solar panels? Let's
cost
just say.
Steph no less than $31 million.
Oh
The reason for the
my.
move was probably because this was the same year that the war
31 million dollars. Holy John.
Warriors left Oracle Arena for the Chase Center on the other side of the bay. Atherton is a small town about 30 miles south of San Francisco, and according to Forbes, it is the most expensive zip code in the United States. Tons of other rich famous people also
Holy
live there,
crap.
including 49ers superstar receiver Jerry Rice. Despite
Dang.
this, when Curry made his $31 million purchase, it became the most expensive real estate purchase in the history of the Bay Area, a market which, as I mentioned before,
Dude, he's aura farming
Is
in
notorious.
the most expensive zip code, like neighborhood in the world, like in the world or in the United States, I'm guessing. That's crazy.
pricey. This is a house that makes the neighbors jealous, even in Atherton. The house was reportedly never on the market publicly. Who knows how Curry even got it or who connected him to it. But it's amazing to think even if you had $31 million just lying around, you still wouldn't have been able to buy this place. Crazier still is the fact that in order to protect his family,
That's such a good point. Even if you had 31 mil, you wouldn't buy it because it's gone, which is explaining that Buddy has 31 mil, probably times 20.
family's privacy, the house is almost impossible to actually see. We can all figure out roughly where it is because
And that's what I want. If I ever became that, like, okay, I'd probably never buy that. I'd rather just give it to someone, like, just random people, honestly. If I had that much money, I'd still get a nice house, not that nice. All these nice, like, these NBA players that are getting paid millions, they like to be enclosed, and that's fair. And that's what I would want to.
Atherton is a small neighborhood, but the mansion is so tucked away and protected by security that very few photos even exist of the place. We don't know how many bedrooms or bathrooms there are. We don't know what the swimming pool situation is or the basketball court situation.
Oh, that's so great. Chat, a basketball court.
Do the Currys have a movie theater like at Harden's Pad in Houston? Is there an amazing view like Katie's mansion in Oakland? No idea. The whole place is simply off limits for regular people. But use your imagination. If Harden bought his 26,000 square foot place for $10 million, what does $31 million get you?
Did he say how many square feet was Curry's?
I can't believe I'm saying this, but it gets more expensive than even Steph Curry's
LeBron.
Atherton mansion. How is it even
boom,
possible,
boom.
you might ask?
LeBron.
Atherton is the most expensive zip code in the United States? Well, just because Atherton is the most expensive area overall, doesn't mean it has every single expensive property. And just because
Facts.
Steph is a generation-defining athlete worth hundreds of millions, doesn't mean he's the biggest or wealthiest star in the NBA. In fact, he's not even close. I know I don't need to tell you who I'm talking about. LeBron James is in a league of his own. It's been estimated
Oh, my glorious king, tickle me sideways, glorious king.
that
Number 23. Chat, I don't know if you watched my other video. I was also number 23. I did that because I taught LeBron, like, everything. And, you know, I wanted to be like, hey, I want to show number 23 off and be like, oh, we're, you know, the same. But either way, he is
when he
my glorious Pookie Wookie.
retires, James could quickly become only the second NBA star in history to be a billionaire. As things stand right
Yeah, see?
now,
I knew it. I knew it. Glorious Kingley's a billionaire.
he's the richest NBA player by an extraordinary
Hey.
distance. When you put all the contracts he signed in his career together, he's the highest paid player in NBA history overall.
Yeah, but he's also played 100 seasons.
And of course, don't get me started on the kinds of brand deals James has racked up.
Brand
The
deals
guy
is
has even been in movies. And I'm not talking little guest appearances that give him one paycheck. I'm talking starring roles in major Hollywood motion pictures. Imagine being a lead actor in Hollywood.
Oh
and
yeah, dude. If he's in a movie and like lead star. Oh, y'all are thinking it. Toon Squad. What am I thinking of? What am I? Space Jam. Space Jam 2. Bro, how much did he get from that? What? 5 mil?
and
Maybe?
being an NBA star. That's a level of wealth and success that just can't be properly described. James has so much money, his life has to be run like he's a company. He has a team of financial advisors. He has a whole staff of employees who live at his house, cleaning, cooking meals, providing fitness training for him, and who knows what else. LeBron also wins the grand prize for having by far the most expensive housing on
Let's
this
hear
list.
it.
In 2020, James paid $39 million for a Beverly
That is so
Hills mansion. That's just stupid. It's so nice. The property is 13,000 square feet.
That's
and was
sick.
built all
It's like a Hispanic thing.
the way back
Chat, what's that statue? Why does he got? He got a little
Back in
something
the
there.
1930s, meaning the history of celebrities who have lived there is long and full of recognizable names. For his gigantic investment, LeBron and his family are rewarded with 4 bedrooms, 7 bathrooms, a movie theater, and a full tennis court. Giannis also might get jealous, because although his place has a pretty nice guest house, LeBron's place has 2. But here's the part
Aura, that's why he's my glorious king.
that's really gonna make your jaw drop. This property is gonna end up costing way more than $39 million.
Yeah, I'll
LeBron
take
is
it.
likely to spend millions and millions more because he's having the whole thing torn down and rebuilt so it can be even bigger. And what will King James do while his house is being completely demolished and rebuilt from the ground up? Well, he and his family will go live in one of his other houses, of course.
This is the one I see like you've seen that video where like Bronny and him and all they were hooping up at like
LeBron has
back,
2
I
other
think.
mansions. One is in his
2? And he's building a dream home? Are we
hometown of Akron, Ohio, and another is just 5 miles away from Beverly Hills in a similarly
That one's kind of cheeks, chat, I'm not gonna lie.
upscale neighborhood of Brentwood. I guess it just goes to show when
Oh, the Ferrari.
you're that
Oh, it's
wealthy, the world
beautiful.
operates by different rules.
Let's ban.
W video. I mean, holy
y'all,
crap.
welcome back to the
Hey,
channel.
just want to say this. I called it. LeBron. What a guy, LeBron. Anyways, chat, great video. Let's hop into the next one. Peace.